My wife and I decided the other night that we wanted to watch a Fast and Furious movie. So we went over to Peacock and we searched Fast and Furious, and Fast and Furious didn't pop up, which was kind of weird. But what did pop up was The Fast and the Fierce. At first glance, I was confused and almost thought it was a Fast and Furious movie because it literally has the same font and the poster looks pretty much like a Fast and Furious movie poster. I mean, look here, you got the sports car, you got the plane flying over like what is essentially probably a 69-mile long runway. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? And all I gotta say is this movie is bad. Let's just see The Fast and the Fierce. What do you got for us?
Oh, I'm surprised you answered. Am I interrupting something?
Are you on an airplane?
Yeah, I'm coming home.
Babe, why? That trip was expensive.
Yeah, trust me, I know it was expensive, but it's not really a honeymoon when you're not there.
We are only 20 seconds into this movie and this guy is already looking like a big piece of garbage because he apparently booked a honeymoon and then sent his wife to it by herself. Oh my goodness, honey, I'm so happy we just got married and I just got these 2 tickets to Cabo. We're gonna go to Cabo. Well, I mean, at least you are. Here's the ticket.
Get out of here.
I could talk about how dumb it is that she's on the honeymoon by herself for probably 20 minutes.
Miss, I'm not gonna tell you again. All large electronic devices must be turned off now.
Ma'am, I need to inform you that you need to turn off your large electrical devices right now. Now! Do it now!
Donna, come on, don't hang up.
I know the flight attendant just told you to hang up, but come on, Donna, don't hang up. She literally has to hang up. So he's all bummed out because his wife hung up on him for literally the most logical reason possible. And then this nice looking blonde lady comes over and asks to borrow his phone.
I hate to ask, but my battery just died.
Yeah, sure, and it's no problem. It happens to me all the time.
I find it hard to believe old hacker dude here doesn't charge his phone on the regular. He's literally the definition of a hacker. Look, he's got the beanie, the weird hoodie. He's sitting in a dark coffee shop on his laptop. This guy definitely knows his way around a computer.
You have such a pretty wife, Benji.
I'm sorry, I don't think we've actually ever met.
No, we haven't met. Don't worry.
Okay, so how do you know who I am?
I know everyone who created the code for Genesis 7.
Okay, here we go. I get it. This movie, this is the Charlize Theron of this Fast and Furious ripoff, and she's all about the virus to save the world, infect the world. What are we doing with this virus? This woman literally walks up to this guy and goes, "Hey, can I borrow your phone?" "Oh, nice wife you have, Benji." "Oh yeah, by the way, I do know who you are. I know everyone who created Genesis 7. And he gives like the most evil, ominous look ever immediately. The only reason I'm pointing this out is because usually in movies, you'll have some build-up. Within literally 30 seconds, we immediately know that this girl is a bad girl. This girl's a villain.
I don't want to have to hurt you or Donna. Either you give me the code for Genesis 7, and I give you $10 million in a Swiss bank account and a one-way first-class ticket to Dubai.
Oh shoot, say less. $10 million in a Swiss bank account and a one-way first-class ticket to Dubai? Sign me up. You don't even have to tell me any more threats.
Or you don't give me the code for Genesis 7 and your wife dies in 45 minutes.
And we can only assume that that means there's a bomb on board, or that the plane is being controlled or hacked or something, or that there's like a terrorist on the plane.
This is all just Donna's idea of a sick joke, you know, to get back at me for the
Yeah,
whole...
you would think that it's all about you, wouldn't you? You're an Aries. That's not one of the
I
options.
said, give me my phone.
I said to keep your voice down.
Donna's not even here.
She's in the sky, and the plane is set to explode if you don't do everything I say.
This is the most forced villain bad guy in the first like 5 minutes of a movie that I've ever seen. Maybe we'll find out later in the movie what Genesis 7 is.
I mean, I'm only one of the 4 project managers who even worked on the code.
3, your colleague Cliff with the wife and kid, he didn't choose wisely.
Oh shoot, she straight up just murdered one of the 4 people who know the code for Genesis 7. What happens if all the people say no and she just murders all 4 of them and then she's like, oh well, this stinks.
When they investigate the wreckage of that plane, they will discover that all of the evidence leads to you, and they will even have a motive since the 2 of you weren't getting along.
As far as we're concerned, these people just got married and are now on their honeymoon. So how would anybody know that they're not getting along? That motive doesn't even make sense.
What's it gonna be, Benji? Make up your mind.
Did you think after how long we're into this video and how long I'd been talking that we had only gotten to the intro scene? Yeah, we just made it to the intro scene. And did you see how they stole the font from Fast and Furious? But if you're not excited for this film after that crazy intro, then I don't even know if you have a pulse. So now we get a nauseating amount of B-roll. An eyeball. Why is there an eyeball here? Circuit board.
SoCal approach, this is Lavida 1224. Requesting timing for landing. We've been circling for almost an hour.
Lavida 1224, what's your fuel situation?
We're down to 15,000 kilos. Another hour that will fall like a brick.
So the plane that the lady said was gonna blow up is this one. This is the one that Donna's on. And they are telling LAX that they have like an hour left of fuel before they drop out of the sky and all of them die because of a horrible fiery explosion. And I figure in that situation, maybe LAX would move you up in the order so that you could land quicker, because that just seems kind of dumb. Hey there, Lavida Air. Just want to let you guys know, even if you run out of fuel, you are going to stay in line. Stay in the position we have put you in. If you run out of fuel, that's your fault.
You made it through the entire flight without cussing once.
Gotta watch my my big mouth. Part of the reason I'm stuck in this right seat.
So this co-pilot's like the hot shot pilot. He's supposed to be like a hothead, but he's like really good at his job and stuff. And the thing that makes him like a rebel hothead is that he cusses while he's in the cockpit. And so because he cusses, they demoted him from pilot to co-pilot.
Sir, would you mind taking a seat?
Miss, have a seat. Power down your large electronics.
Fasten your seatbelts, please. Turn your phones off. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Would you mind taking a seat for me, please?
Why are all these people standing? There are so many people standing on this plane right now. This is the longest scene of a stewardess telling people to sit down on a plane ever.
Would you mind taking a seat there, please, for me, and you as well? Hey, if you can take a seat.
Why is everyone standing, dude? Oh man, but I love standing. I always stand on flights.
Hey, miss, would you mind taking a seat and buckle up? Thank you. And if you wouldn't mind, please, I'd appreciate that. Thank you. Sir, if you'll kindly take your seat, please.
I got 50-yard line seats for the Texas-UCLA football game down at the Rose Bowl. I got money on Texas. The game starts in 5 minutes.
Did you think you were going to land next to the stadium where you could just walk out and go watch the football game?
Where's my $20?
Thank you so much for spotting me last night.
Thought you weren't leaving until next week.
Yeah, well, it's not that fun spending your honeymoon alone. I'm so sorry. This is really humiliating. I never do anything like this.
Kurt.
Right, I'm Donna.
And your husband is Benji.
Wow, I do not shut up when I'm taking tequila shots, apparently.
Mr. Rico Suave here knows a little bit too much about Donna, don't we think? Even if she got drunk and they met at a craps table last night. I immediately say this: he's either the hero or he's the bad guy.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've been cleared for final descent to LA.
So, your husband. You love the guy?
Yeah, I do. That's why I have to divorce him.
I'm presuming since it was the honeymoon that they just got married, and she said that she does love him, so why does she have to divorce him? Show of hands, is anybody else feeling motion sick yet from the constant shaky cam going on in this movie? This movie has shaky cam constantly.
Do you hear it?
So the stewardess finds something that's beeping in the plane, and then it says, "Play me for the captain."
Captain!
Alexis.
Captain, you have to hear this. We're all gonna get really hurt if you land this plane.
And by really hurt, I mean we're all gonna die.
Good afternoon, Captain. If you land the plane, you die.
That's pretty self-explanatory right there. She really got down to the point.
Before departing Sao Paulo, an overriding mechanism was attached to your plane's stabilizer system. Once the aircraft descends past 1,500 feet above ground level, its guidance systems will be programmed to malfunction. This will also jam the transponder radar, making you undetectable to other aircraft. If the plane rises above 1,500 feet or falls below 500 feet, ASL, the stabilizer system, will fail, severing the hydraulic lines and making the craft completely uncontrollable. This will cause the plane to break apart in midair, killing everyone on board and others on the ground. If anyone gets off the plane, I'll destroy it. If anyone tries to get on the plane, I'll destroy it. I am controlling the device remotely with limited range. If you fly out of a 20-mile radius of LAX, the device will lose my signal and short-circuit the system. I will disable this system remotely once I get what I want.
The blonde-haired girl was going to blame hacker guy Benji on all this stuff. She was going to put all of it on him. There's clear evidence here now of her threatening the entire plane, and if they go too high or too low, the plane will explode. Now it's just a hilariously bad movie.
A flight attendant received recording outlining a detailed threat if we attempt to land.
By the time they give us permission, we could all be dead.
JC, what the hell are you doing?
Mr. Rogue Pilot here decides to take control of the flight and just sends everybody on a wild roller coaster ride. How many planes are in this airspace? My goodness.
Stayed above the threshold. Good thing I was able to lit this up in time. Now we got some time to figure out what this thing really is. Captain, why do you still look so tense?
They nearly run into two planes. It's absolutely chaotic. I have no idea how they didn't run into somebody.
Have you made your decision yet, Benji? All right.
Wait. Okay, I'll do it.
Oh crap, I totally forgot this guy was in the movie. It's literally been like 20 minutes since we went back to these two in the coffee shop, and we've just been on that plane for like 20 minutes doing pretty much nothing the whole time. This scene right here is the movie's one attempt to be funny.
Finished my initial interrogation, sir. And in conclusion?
Undecided.
Undecided, really. Do you still think he's a threat to national security?
The boy's name is John Rogers, who's on the no-fly list, and he's wanted in 7 states.
And what is John Rogers wanted for?
Armed robbery, physical assault, arson, and kidnapping.
And you think little Johnny here was responsible for all that?
Well, his name is on the list.
That's some top-notch detective work, sir. You can go home now. Does this movie think that we're stupid? There's definitely no other John Roberts in all of LA, so it has to be this 8-year-old kid.
I think we can probably release him.
One thing I started to notice as well is this movie randomly will stick a bunch of random zoom-ins that make no sense and actually just zoom way too far in on the person's face who's talking, and then it will just stay there for moments of silence just for no reason. You don't need to zoom in like that.
Santa Monica and Catalina airports are calling in the smaller planes currently in the air, but many are still out there. It will take time.
Thank you so much for this vital information that was definitely necessary to zoom in all the way on my face to tell you.
We'll blow that plane out of the sky before I let them crash into a federal building.
So Discount Tommy Lee Jones is now under control of the investigation of what's going on with the flight. Where's the fast cars? Where's the races? How in the world were they planning on making this feel like Fast and Furious?
Just stay above 500 feet in case the threat is real.
Just stay along the beach. Don't head out more than a mile toward the ocean.
Didn't these guys say they had less than an hour of fuel left? Like, how long has this been in movie time? Like, are they almost out of fuel right now, or is that just something we wanted to say to add more drama? There's these people just trying to parasail and a commercial jet is just flying right behind them and nearly kills all these people.
Okay, hold on to this right here. I don't think it's broken. Just tilt your head back.
Then why does it feel like my face is my balls and I just got kicked?
Why does it feel like my face is my balls and I just got kicked? So they just told them to fly east, back towards the land, which is a great idea and is gonna go very well for everybody.
Sit in a cockpit while JC steps out for a moment.
I'm not stepping out.
Step outside and drink some water.
I'm not thirsty.
I need you to lower your level of stress.
The pilot makes the co-pilot go sit outside of the cockpit because he's very stressed, and I'm starting to think here maybe he's the terrorist. Oh, I'm just so mad. Oh, I'm just so frustrated.
You forget it's Sunday?
You know me, just work, work, work.
If only you'd been this dedicated to your studies back at A&M. I taught Benji his first coding course in college. He'll never forgive me for giving him a B.
You teach at Texas A&M.
Benji's one of our most successful graduates.
Good thing you got the academics down, because UCLA is whipping your butt right now.
Alright, I'm gonna go on a little bit of a rant here for a second because this is totally not cool. Earlier in the movie, the white dude on the plane with repressed rage said that he was going to the Texas UCLA game. And if any of you know football or anything about football, Texas is not the same as Texas A&M. Right here, blonde-haired terrorist lady is talking to the security guy at the front desk, and she says she went to Texas A&M. So over on this side, we've got Texas playing UCLA, and now we've got that she went to Texas A&M. But then the security guy at the front desk goes, well, UCLA's beating your guy's butt right now.
What kind of ID would you like to see? Driver's license? Passport? Texas alumni card?
Driver's license, please. Keep that A&M card away from me.
Not a Texas fan.
Which one is it, movie? Is UCLA playing the Texas Longhorns or is UCLA playing the Texas A&M Aggies? Make up your freaking mind.
You better have good words and not bad breath in that mouth of yours, Michaels.
You better have good words and not bad breath in that mouth of yours there, Jensen. Sir, for the last time, you know I have chronic bad breath and I'm very self-conscious about it. Now, if you need me to grab a piece of gum, I will. But quit bringing it up.
That device doesn't kill them. Empty gas tank will. How many kilos they got left?
Enough to keep him going another 50 minutes.
At the very beginning of this movie, they said they had about an hour left of fuel. And now 40 more minutes into the movie, they're saying they have about 50 minutes of fuel. So you're telling me in 40 minutes of runtime of the movie's time, not real time, you're telling me they only burned through 10 minutes of fuel.
What is it?
How did I miss this?
Wirecast?
Levita 1224, this is SoCal. Immediate, 20 degrees south. What is going on out there?
Yep, they just flew right over the Texas A&M versus UCLA Rose Bowl game and nearly took out a blimp at the same time. How did she not know what direction they were headed to, like, tell them to stop?
Jesus.
The plane runs into a helicopter and has no damage. And now they're flying directly into the city instead of, I don't know, going around Los Angeles. Just watch this whole scene and just enjoy it. All right, they're flying directly towards Los Angeles, and now they're weaving. Bob and weave. Horrible CGI. People are freaking out. They're panicking. Like, look at this CGI. Who made this? Look at this shot right here. What is that? What is that? How are they doing this without hitting anything? After hitting a helicopter, mind you. They run into the crane. I totally forgot they did that. This plane should be destroyed by now. All these people are freaking out. These poor guys. Don't hit the building. Just don't do it. They somehow make it through.
You need to take mine.
What? Where are you going?
I'm gonna find out what this lunatic has put on the plane.
Ladies and gentlemen, I thank you for the cooperation with the crew as we deal with this unexpected minor mechanical issue.
He goes and tells everybody not to freak out, which is obviously gonna make everyone freak out. And then they start doing this, which isn't suspicious at all. The pilot's telling everyone to remain calm and not worry about anything that's going on after they ran into a helicopter and then ran into a crane after flying through downtown Los Angeles. I'm actually surprised that there's not all-out anarchy on this plane right now. Everything's totally fine, everyone. We're just working out a minor mechanical incident. We will get you on the ground as safely as possible. We definitely didn't run into a helicopter, definitely didn't run into a crane or anything else.
Excuse me. Do you need some help? I worked the war in Iraq and I was on the bomb disposal team. And before that, I was a mechanic on some B-52s in Louisiana. I'm good with planes.
I may be good at fixing planes, but one thing I'm not good at is wiping the blood off my face and chest.
I see some very nice work here.
Why is it every time we see this guy, he's just like, I'm sad. Can you let my wife go now?
This isn't easy, okay? The code is divided into 3 different quantities. What do you even want this code for anyway?
Not your concern.
Well, since if the Genesis 7 gets in the wrong hands, it could literally end the world.
Okay, cool. So now we finally figured out what Genesis 7 is. Actually, we didn't figure out what Genesis 7 is. We just know that it can end the world.
Benji, is that you?
Who the hell is this and what's she doing at the headquarters right now?
Cliff is dead. They were on their way to Santa Barbara and their boat exploded. I'm so sorry for your loss. Oh, who are you? Benji and I were eating brunch when he heard the news. He's just here downloading some things so that he can work remotely. Well, what are you guys downloading anyway?
It's actually just the Mackenzie crap.
That's not due for another month, though. Benji, you work too much. She seems like a nice girl. It's no wonder that she was on the team also who created Genesis 7.
Wow, she's such a nice lady. It's no wonder that she was on the team that also created Genesis 7 as well. That sounds like something people would say. So now the pilot's under the plane and he's trying to figure out what the heck's going on. He's got his flashlight out. He's gonna take a few pictures and then he's gonna go back up to the top. And for some reason, when he goes up to the top, his uniform is completely filthy, as if he got like oil or something all over himself, or he's been working on a car all day.
JC, open the door. JC.
Yep, the co-pilot has locked the pilot out of the cockpit, but nope, not because he's a terrorist, only because he wants to prove to him that he's a capable pilot who can control himself under pressure. But this is probably the worst possible moment to try to take over the plane for yourself.
JC, open this door. Why don't they just land? Hey, why don't you tell us what's really wrong and land the plane? I want to know why the captain is locked out of his own flight deck.
Please,
don't bully me, buddy.
I'm not bullying anyone.
My wife's hurt, and this plane has destroyed city property, and everyone scared as hell.
Unless you want to explain to your beer belly friends why a flight attendant from West Hollywood broke your arm, I suggest you go back to your seat and not hit me.
Man, that escalated so quickly. So the pilot tells him what's going on.
You all deserve to know. We received a terrorist threat. This plane will crash if we try to land.
And why aren't you flying the plane?
The terrorist is in there, isn't he? He's one of the pilots.
My co-pilot and I, we just had a misunderstanding. That is all.
What, he locked you out of the cockpit?
What did you do to the bottom of the plane? I saw him go down there.
I got a feeling I know who the terrorist on this plane is. It isn't the first time someone like you has put a flight at risk. I knew as soon as I got on board this plane and saw what you looked like that this flight was in trouble.
Whoa, 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 movie. I don't want you to get all racist on me here. And I am still wondering, how is this a Fast and Furious knockoff? We're getting near the end of this movie now, and there's no racing cars. There's no freaking hip-hop music playing with a bunch of sexy sports cars riding by. This is just some dumb plane movie.
I'm American, just like you.
Nah, man, you ain't nothing like me.
Hey, Texas! Knock it off! I'm protecting all of us. Now sit down Put your seatbelt on and listen to our captain.
Isn't that captain the same guy who's put our lives in danger about 6 times over the last 30 minutes? What the heck's going on with our flight? And why have we murdered 2 people in a helicopter and a crane? Also, when the pilot's like, I'm American, just like you. Can't you tell by my voice? Makes me kind of laugh.
We are in position to shoot down the wing.
Christ, what is happening on that plane? Levita 1224, this is Coleman. You have 10 seconds to redirect your flight pattern. We can correct it. Turn 50 degrees to the left. 3, 2, 1. Mark.
Now they've crashed into the Hollywood Hills, and the plane is still totally fine. The plane's invincible. We can literally run through anything. Everyone's gonna be fine. Don't even trip, dog. Now the Department of Homeland Security is going to put together the dumbest plan to save this plane.
Michaels, how fast can you get me on that plane?
This guy has come up with the magical idea that he is going to go onto the plane. He is going to try to basically zip line from one plane to the other plane while they're flying. How stupid is that, everybody?
How many of you are coming on board?
2. I'm not gonna lie. This is gonna be trickier than trying to get a mule to mate with a sheepdog. In 2 minutes, our plane will be aligned with yours. Open the hatch, we'll harpoon a zip line over.
Sir, we're out of options. We have no other choice than to shoot down the aircraft. You have one more plan. Sir, what is it? Please, tell us. Go get my zip line. We're gonna harpoon our way over.
Fine, I'll go down and guide them in.
Okay, I'll be right behind you.
With that eye? No way. Don't get too comfortable. Be right back.
I can go by myself.
I'd love to pin all of our hopes and dreams on you. I only got 1 pin left. I'm all out of dreams.
Someone in their sleep could probably write better lines than this.
Open the doors!
He's standing there and there's like no wind whatsoever. Hey, go ahead and open the doors. It's a nice day today. Now the co-pilot and the stewardess have gone underneath the plane as well, and immediately his shirt also looks like he's been working on a car for 7 hours.
Do I have adequate coverage to get a clean purchase?
The wall is clear! The hook is secure! What do you want? I obeyed all your rules. Look, the transfer is almost done.
Then you'll get paid.
I don't want to get paid. I just want my wife.
Oh yeah, this is the 3rd time in the movie that I've been reminded that these 2 are actually in the movie. I keep forgetting they exist because their storyline is so boring and they don't do anything the whole time.
Line is secure. I'm coming over. Stop climbing.
The plane's climbing on its own.
Not till they're in!
Did you see that little dot? The co-pilot is dead. Any character development we had for him, totally gone. There's no reason for any of his storylines because he just falls out of the plane and then the door shuts. And we're still in the exact same predicament that we were in the first place, and we still only have like 15 minutes left in the movie. Huh, who would have thought this plan wasn't gonna work?
How much damage did the plane take from our hit?
Guessing how the rest of the movie is gone, my guess is that this plane took 0 damage from that whole incident.
Escort us to the airport. That way the casualties on the ground will be minimized when it plays out. And there's a chance some of us will survive.
So the pilot's gonna try to land the plane. He's gonna be heroic. He's gonna try to just get down and land.
Here it is. Land the plane and I'll give it to you. Just let the plane land. You can't make it land.
We're like 5 straight scenes that they show these 2 back to back to back. He's just asking her questions and she's just standing there like...
Sit down. Why won't you let me help? You can help by having a seat and letting the professionals handle this.
Oh my god, are you okay? Don't ask me how I feel. I'm not okay.
Whoa, Alexis, I don't remember asking how you feel.
What have you got to lose? Let me get down there and take a look. What could be more threatening than me being on this plane right now?
Hey everyone, look, the guy finally got the blood off himself. Everyone, round of applause for him. He got the blood off. Yay.
Let me take a look at what's going on in the avionics bay. I used to dismantle all kinds of crap in Iraq, and I bet my life what's down there is very similar.
You can't have passengers in the restricted area.
I'll be his escort.
We need Captain's approval.
Matthew, get off it already! I just saw JC die in front of me. I tried to save him and I failed, and now this man is offering to help us and you're saying he can't because it's against FAA protocol?
So now they're gonna let Mr. Handsome go down underneath the plane to see if he can figure it out, since he used to do mechanic stuff in Iraq, even though this is not similar at all. Donna literally finds an arm/disarm button located inside of this dude's bag, who I still don't know his name because this movie doesn't really establish characters' names very well. And so now she knows he's one of the bad guys.
There's too much internal electrical damage.
What do you mean?
It means we're screwed.
Get away from him!
Donna, that doesn't belong to you.
There's a reason you were so concerned with this guy. You knew it was your way out if something went wrong. Is that what this is?
He was another one of our guys that was either going to be a hero or a villain. There's no in between here.
He's dangerous. He can't be trusted.
Bull rush me and I'll slit her fucking throat. Open it. At this altitude, we don't have to worry about pressurization. Turn around and help me put that parachute on. Come on. You know about teamwork. You're married, right?
Now, Donna, hold on to me tight. You're coming with me.
This guy freaking dies, dude. That was easy.
Flight crew to flight deck. Flight crew to flight deck.
Dude, there's a lot of crap you missed going on right behind you. Alexis killed a guy. He tried to hijack the plane, sort of, and steal Donna. Also, your co-pilot's dead. The only hope for this movie at this point is that it maybe tries to resolve itself in a good, satisfying way.
You want to do what?
That overriding device isn't as complicated as it appears. The overriding device is powered by the aircraft, just like the equipment on the plane, which means it's only getting its power by the aircraft and the generators, not the battery or the backup. If the device loses its power source, it will go dead and no longer be able to carry out the malfunction to cut the hydraulic lines. With my fuel gone, I'll lose power and have to initiate a glided landing. But the motor from the right engine will still be powering the generator. But if I no longer had the engine to power the generators,
then there would be no aircraft power for the device to feed off of.
That makes no sense. So after this insanely long explanation from the pilot, he comes to the conclusion that by shutting off both engines, the plane will essentially be crashed. And what is the best method that he has in his head to make that happen? He tells Homeland Security to have the F-18 shoot out the other engine. I mean, we've seen what else this plane's been through in this movie, right? So at this point, it's just like getting a scrape.
I need the F-18 that's been tailing us to shoot out the engine. Prepare the cabin. We're going home.
You're going somewhere, all right. I'm not sure if home is the place you're going.
May I have my code, please?
Not until my wife is safely on the ground.
Oh, and maybe before you guys leave, one thing you guys could do to wrap this up is kind of tell us what Genesis 7 is and what it does and why we should be so afraid of it this whole movie. No, you're not going to do that? Oh, okay.
Unforeseen errors have occurred. Now, I suggest that you take this money and leave. Once they finish sifting through the debris from that plane, they're going to find out that the code that caused the malfunction was created by B. Samuels of Geotech.
Yeah, but then they'd probably also recover the voice recording in the wreckage, and at that point they'd realize it was also you. These villains in this movie are so stupid, and I can't even tell if they're working together or not. Are these people together or separate? Is this the most unlucky plane on planet Earth? Because they're doing a really horrible job.
Give me my drive.
I'm in Dubai, huh? Think they'll go for a guy like me?
Give me my drive.
Give me my drive. Give me my drive. Go to India, give me the drive. Take your money and give me my drive.
Tell me how to save my wife!
Sorry. She was dead before we even started.
So she pretty much reveals that she wasn't going to save Donna regardless of what happens. So then he basically just shoots her right in the chest. He's dead. That's one way to do it.
We'll begin descent for emergency landing on runway 25 left.
Everybody to the back side of the plane. Come on, let's go, okay? It wasn't a full flight, so there's plenty of space away from the engines, away from the engines.
So the jet's about to shoot out the engine, at which point the pilot's gonna try to land onto the runway. This can't possibly go smoothly.
Flight crew, please prepare for emergency landing.
Okay, fasten your seatbelts, strap yourselves in, heads down, knees up, knees up. Alexis!
Alexis, where are you? What are you doing? Oh, Donna, I'm so scared. I know, me too, but we have to sit down.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6.
I don't know how I'm gonna do this. Alexis. Don't scream.
Wait. So Alexis, the flight attendant, was also a terrorist the whole time? This is getting ridiculous at this point. Why didn't she help the other terrorist guy when he got blown through the jet engine? It's almost like they killed off everyone else too quickly and were like, oh, we kind of need someone for the end of the movie for the climax fight. There's no boss fight now. Now the flight attendant is bald? What the heck?
I never
never supposed to go there. We arranged to give up your hotel in Brazil, but you shot that plan to hell when you decided to leave early.
So it doesn't make much sense. I think it would make more sense if she had been a new flight attendant who just started and then, ooh, all of a sudden she's a terrorist, you know what I'm saying? But it just doesn't make any sense at all.
Now that you see how easy it is for me to kill you, let's discuss what will keep you alive. The code for Genesis 7.
The code is Benji's, it's not mine!
Well, you're married, right? 50-50, huh? So it's technically yours.
Why does Alexis think that Donna has any knowledge of the code? If this thing can actually take over the world, I'm pretty sure Benji probably wouldn't share that information with her. So in a last-ditch attempt to get the code, Alexis calls Benji with Donna's phone.
Donna! Donna, is that you? Donna, are you still on the plane?
Benji, do you have the code for Genesis 7?
Yeah. Who wants it? Okay, I should have never hesitated. I know that now, okay? All I want is you.
Benji, she does not have time for this right now. You need to give her the code or you need to get to stepping.
Donna, listen, I love you.
I love you too, Benji.
I couldn't bear to live without you.
I know that now.
I know that now. Thank you for telling me you love me. I appreciate it. But I'm kind of in a pickle right now.
You have to forgive me.
For what?
I'm not gonna let you save me.
Then she kicks and then hits Alexis. Please have all of our terrorists now finally be dead. Every time they showed the pilot, he was so calm, and then every time they'd flash right back to the people in the plane, they're like, ah! And then they go back to the pilot and he's just chilling like, oh yeah, this is a rough landing. But they successfully did it. They successfully landed the plane and nothing happened whatsoever of danger to them because the plane was indestructible. I'm starting to think this plot doesn't hold up very well.
What happened to Alexis?
It was her. The terrorist was her.
These have got to be the worst terrorists that I've ever seen in my entire life. None of them worked together whatsoever. They all made their appearances at separate times. They had the dumbest plan in history, and then all of them failed miserably at it. It's almost a comedy at how bad they were at this whole plan.
Benji!
Alright everyone, can we give these two some privacy? I don't need to see any more of this.
Hey, listen. I owe you a real honeymoon, okay? I do, together. Just you and me, we can go anywhere you want. Alright? Just tell me. We can fly out tonight if you want.
Is that what you really think after this situation, after this entire movie, that we're gonna fly out of here? The movie's over? Kind of just ends right there? There were no races or race cars, anything cool like that, you know, that actually makes Fast and Furious fun. Not just making your own crap movie and then pretending it's a Fast and Furious movie somehow. The writing is terrible, and it's the slowest, most boring movie ever when you're just sitting there on a plane and half the movie is just silence and a bunch of random boring scenes that don't have any place in the movie whatsoever.
Let's just drive, please.
I give them a 0% chance of success, but I wish them all the luck in the world.
Are you Hans Svensson?
Yeah?
Today you're gonna make one of two choices.
Did they legitimately think they were going to make a sequel to this movie? At least a direct sequel to this movie? Because I don't think that's gonna happen. If you guys really want to subject yourself to it, go check it out. It's on Peacock, or you can find the full version on YouTube. If you did enjoy this video, I do appreciate it if you like and subscribe for more great content on my channel. I am getting very close to 1,000 subscribers. Thank you guys so much for the love and support. I couldn't do any of this without you guys, so I really appreciate every single one of you, and I mean that so much. I'm not just joking. But other than that, that's pretty much gonna wrap it up for me today, guys. Please click on the video on your screen to watch more of my great content. We will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.
And 3 cheers for the fry cook who took my place while I was gone. Hip hip! Boo! Hip hip!
Boo! You stink!